Gustav. Pleasure to be here. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Great. Wow. Great day, huh? You've been hearing just now, especially, so much information being thrown at you. So I just want to sort of step back and take things a little bit easier. Who would come to Ashkelon? Until a few years ago, hardly anyone heard of it. Those who did knew it was somewhere down south. It wasn't up north. It's where people we don't know go. Who would go to Ashkelon? Today, it's a center for Anglos. They're coming in from the United States. They're coming in from Canada. They're coming in from the UK and other English-speaking places. Why and who are they? Well, firstly, there are people who may not want to spend £1 million on an apartment. I was just hearing in Jerusalem, you want a two-bedroom apartment, spend £1 million. I made Aliyah a long time ago, and when £1 million house meant that you were a millionaire. I hear about £1 million apartments, 2-room, a bit shocking. Here, we like to think that everything is half the price. So a 3 or 4-room apartment is going to cost you maybe £500,000. But what are you getting? Why would you come to Ashkelon? Okay, there's a few things we don't have here. Let me just see. Hills. We don't have hills. There's no hills to schlep up. That's the first thing we don't have. Let me see. Old properties, we don't have any of those. Ashkelon's a very modern city with latest luxury buildings. So we don't have any of those. Let me see, there's a number of other things. Let me tell you what the profile of the people coming to Ashkelon is. And this will help decide whether you want to come and look here. If you are 50 plus, then you should come and have a look at Ashkelon. Why should you come and have a look at Ashkelon if you're 50 plus? Because for Anglos, if you are younger than 50, and certainly if you are 25, 35, 45, you've got young family, Ashkelon may not be the right place for you. Karmei Gut, just down the road, might be the right place. Why? Because Karmei Gut, as you were hearing just a little while ago, Karmei Gut is next door to Kiryat Gat. Kiryat Gat has Intel, it has HP. They employ tens of thousands of high-tech people, and their communities are built for young people. Now, that's not to say that in Ashkelon there's no young people. There are thousands of them. They're Israeli families. So many Olim with young families, if they don't want to go straight into an Israeli-only environment, they need a little bit of an Anglo environment to start off with, they'll go to places like Kiryat Gat and Karmei Gat in particular. Now, the parents of these young people, they don't live in Karmei Gat because it's a bit more industrial. They want to come to Ashkelon. Why do they want to come to Ashkelon? Because when you look out of the ocean, you see the sea. When you look out of the ocean. When you look out of your apartment, you see the sea. When you look out of your apartment, you see the beaches. And it's nice, and it's provincial, and there's no hills. And it's half the price, and some would say twice as nice than other places. Take many of my customers, I'll give you the profile. They come to me, they have kids who go to Ramat Beit Shemesh. Their kids have come very, very from, and they go and live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. The parents follow them. After a year, the parents realize, actually, we're not from as the people in Ramat Beit Shemesh, but we want to be in a from community or a traditional community, a community that keeps Shabbat, a community that has a large number of kosher restaurants. And so they then come down as the parents, they come down to live in Ashkelon. Not far from Jerusalem, not far from Tel Aviv. It's a beautiful part of the world. And what I would say to anyone who is over the age of 50, just come and have a look. You'll fall in love with the place. Your pocket will like it. Your kids will like it if your kids have made Aliyah to other parts of the country. And you'll find it such a peaceful, peaceful place. Which brings me on to a particular subject that customers like to bring up, which is rockets. Rockets from Gaza. Now, it has to be said, we do get the odd rocket. I think we're top of the league of rockets. I know that in the first 2 months of the sirens since October 7, we were at the top of the league. Something like 278 sirens, which represented, I don't know, a few thousand rockets coming in. Yes, let's not ignore the fact. Every home has a protected area. Every home that Anglos buy has a protected area. Not a single Israeli in all the time I've been living here since 2006 has died from rockets. None, not a single one. It's an inconvenience, but now what we're doing in Gaza to stop that threat, it'll be over. So we don't ignore the rockets. It's something that we live with. The same as if you live in Yerushalayim, you accept that there may be terrorists amongst you. You live in Tel Aviv, there could be terrorists amongst you, car bombers, and we don't want to go into that too much, but you know what I mean. In Ashkelon, we don't have any of that. We just have the rockets from time to time, and hopefully those will be over. So I'm saying to you, if you want to live a little bit more in the provinces, on the flat, no hills, and you want a much more quiet life than the busyness of Tel Aviv, the busyness of Jerusalem, just come down and say hello, see the community, come and taste the hummus and see if you like it.
Motti, thank you. A question, if you don't mind, that's come in.
Pleasure.
As far as the rental opportunities, someone's saying that if they buy to invest,
yes,
what's the rental opportunities of people looking to rent?
Okay. So Ashkelon is expanding in its population from 120,000 when I first came here up to 250,000. It's a huge expansion. The actual land area of Ashkelon is similar to that of Tel Aviv, but it's not built on yet. We have a huge amount of high tech in Kiryat Gat, which is about 15 minutes from where we are. We have a huge high-tech park being built in Ashkelon itself, one of the largest in Israel. Many Israelis come to Ashkelon not to buy, but to rent. And there has never been a lack of tenants for the apartments that there are. Now, what are you going to get? Firstly, compared to other places where you might want to invest, the capital you have to put in is much less here. Secondly, you have to look at the sort of tenants that we get. Young families, Israeli families, who are high-tech workers. And then we have the expats who come in from all over the world to work at Intel and to work at HP and to work in the other companies that support them. There is no shortage of good tenants to take on apartments that are for rent. We always have had a shortage of rental property. Many of my customers who live overseas, but they just invest here, their apartments are rented out. We have no issues at all.
Amazing. Motti, thank you. It's always great hearing you. Stay safe where you are. I won't worry about the hills because there aren't any. But
there aren't any.
There aren't.
I tell you what, I mean, it might sound funny, but I go to Yerushalayim. I love Yerushalayim. I like to spend time there, but I have a problem with the hills. Beit Shemesh, it's hills, lovely country. It's hills. A lot of people, as they're getting older, they don't want the hills, and they want to be able to walk along miles of promenade where they can just look out at the sea, look out at the sand in nice, clean air. And that's what we have here. Come down and have a look.
Amazing. Motti, thank you.